think there's a lot of people who have bet against him in the past because he's getting a little older. However, he does find a way. Last year, it was a dramatic finish to this semifinal when they competed against each other. So this will be an interesting bout.
Burroughs, 31 years old, watched Adeline Gray last night capture her 5th world title. Burroughs trying to accomplish that feat as well, but a tough Russian standing in his way.
Sidakov's stance is so low, flat-footed, bends over at the back, and Burroughs at times, although an unbelievable wrestler, an unbelievable balance, he stands up straight sometimes. And if you watch, if Burroughs gets out of position, stand up straight, Sidakov is going to get to his little outside step attack, which is unbelievable.
Inadvertent poke of the eye, and it looks like Burroughs might be having an issue. I'm not sure if it's a contact, but yep, it's, I believe, a contact. So they're going to readjust that, get that back in there.
In his first round match against the Belarusian Sidakov, he said, he's digging in my eye. He went to the judge table. He said, he's got his fingers digging in my eyeball. Can't you see that? So he leads with that face, and but that's what Jordan has to do. He's got to go with his fakes and get Sidakov moving, because Sidakov, when he's flat-footed, he can go fast.
Passivity warning to Burroughs. Manning watching intently from the corner. No score, 1 minute in. There's that patented Burroughs freight train double, and out of bounds, and 2. Let's see if they go 2 or 1. It looks like 1 on the step out.
I think that's a good call, because he was in that whizzer seatbelt position when they went out. Good call but that's great to see Jordan really getting off the tracks and moving forward into that double position. Sidakov, though, I mean, most average human beings would never been able to stop that move. And he's able to get his feet away and turn his hips into that whizzer. Wow.
That has been a move that Burroughs has used throughout his remarkable career for the United States. A 1-0 lead, as Brian talked about. Normally that's 2 or 4. In this case with Sidakov, it's just the 1. Burroughs being warned for that lead into the head with that hand. Now an arm drag attempt by Sidakov. Burroughs dances with it.
Sidakov really reaches on that left with his left side and leaves his body open with a hard head pull, though. And Jordan Burroughs tried to attack his left leg, but Sidakov able to circle to the right and get away from it. Jordan's got good style. He's got great shoes.
There's a shot by Sidakov, his real first launch of the match. He's in deep on that leg. Sidakov will continue to spin. Burroughs trying to maintain control of the leg, that ankle area. This will be a cartwheel. They'll continue to spin in the circle. Burroughs trying to get a stalemate out of it, has re-secured the leg, holding on to it. Sidakov trying to free it.
And remember, in order to get 2 points, you have to cover the hips. So right now, Jordan's in pretty good position. However, Sidakov is able to step over and almost lock a cradle.
Trying to get that near side cradle, but Burroughs breaks that, still has the leg, and he manages the stalemate underneath.
That's unbelievable. He was able to capture that foot, and he held on for dear life. Sidakov not able to cover the hips. He hooked the leg for just a brief moment, but not able to gain control.
So no surprise, this large crowd thoroughly entertained after 3 minutes. Both wrestlers with a serious shot in that first period, yet just the 1 point on the board.
And I was gonna say that, for all of that action, for that crazy motion and that crazy attack, only 1 point on the board. That could have been a 6-5 period, but it's only 1-0.
Speaking of 6-5, as we listen in to Coach Manning and then the Russian corner getting ready, that was the final of last year's match in the World Championships a year ago, won by Sidakov.
Jordan was trying to cut a corner there and go into a double, but Sidakov able to turn his hip down. So watch Sidakov's right hip here, or left hip, he was able to pull that up and not allow Jordan to drive across from the double leg.
Been a solid 2019 for Sidakov after arriving in Budapest. Really, I don't want to say unknown, but a lot of people weren't too sure of what Sidakov brought to the table last year in Hungary, but he has not slowed down, winning the Regan in 2019, also the European Games.
Russia just reloads.
They certainly
at
do.
74. I'm not going to say that the United States doesn't do the same. Our 74-kilogram wrestlers have been very successful on the world level. Case in point, Jordan's been doing this now for 10, 12 years. And the Russian coach asking for a passivity, and that's Jordan's second passivity call, so he's going to go on that 30-second activity period.
30-second shot clock is on the board, forcing Burroughs to try to shoot. If nobody scores, Sidakov gets the point. Now Sidakov drops in deep. He's on that low leg, trying to come through, elevates, looks for the trip, tries to seize that second leg. Burroughs scrambling, out of bounds they go. 2 from the referee. Let's see if it's confirmed. It is, and Russia grabs the lead.
He was like a dog on the bone on that leg, wasn't he? He just got to it. Jordan did a nice high leg looking for a crotch lift position, but Sidakov just continued to move his hips in a circle to get to the takedown.
So for the first time, Sidakov has the lead for the Russian Federation. Minute 42 and counting, final period. Winner moves into the gold medal match tomorrow.
I'd like to see Jordan get some movement and get stepping and get Sidakov's feet moving, because that's when he's his best, when he's got fakes. Right now he's standing pretty flat-footed in front of Sidakov. Sidakov saying, hey, listen, I'm up 2-1 right now. I have amazing defense. Even if he gets a step-out point, he's still ahead because he has the 2-point maneuver. The Russian coach is asking, he's in the referee's ear asking for a passivity against Jordan because Jordan's not engaging the tie. We call that negative wrestling in the rule book. Sidakov is really controlling the middle.
Sidakov on a shot. Here's the counter by Burroughs, and he comes around the side for 2. And the United States back out in front.
I think that was a bad choice by Sidakov. He was controlling the middle, and Jordan Burroughs was really not taking an attack. That was a straight attack, and no one wants to attack the hips of Jordan Burroughs. He's a champion, and he knows how to win at the end of matches. Let's see if he can hold on and have good motion here.
Burroughs by a point, down to the final 30 seconds. Last year it was Sidakov by a point. Burroughs in 2019 leading by that slim margin.
And Burroughs has to stay active here, because if there's negative wrestling, a caution in 1 against him will lose him this semifinal. So he needs to keep his face on Sidakov's face.
Shot by Sidakov, corralled by Burroughs, driving him out of bounds. Burroughs trying to avoid the step out, a scramble on the edge, and 1 to Sidakov to tie it up with 1 second to go, and he has criteria.
Great job of driving Jordan Burroughs to the corner. They're going to challenge, but I really believe that Sidakov did a nice job of pushing Jordan Burroughs to his feet and getting that step out. Let's see on this review.
So the Americans will challenge it as we take another look. 1 second remaining, by the way.
Let's see whose hand goes out first, because he drives Jordan Burroughs to his feet. Jordan gets to the whizzer position, and let's see whose head goes out first, because right now they're grounded. No one's out of bounds. He comes to the corner, and Jordan Burroughs goes whizzer. Jordan's head went out first.
Yep.
It's a good challenge, because at that point it doesn't really matter. You have to challenge that position. They put a thumb up. That means 1 point. For the challenge lost.
Call stands. Burroughs. It had not started yet. 1 second remaining. now he shoots in, and there's the horn. Russia, for the second straight year, takes out Jordan Burroughs by a point. The 1 point with a second to go on the step out propels Sidakov into the gold medal match.
As I was saying, I would have expected Jordan to be more offensive at the end of that match with some fakes. He went flat-footed. Sidakov, a blasting shot. He wasn't really trying to get a takedown. He just wanted to push him to the edge, and he was able to do that for a point. What a champion Sidakov is.
He went undefeated at the World Cup. He won the Eurasian and European Games. Looking to take out one of the American icons in Jordan Burroughs for the second shocking attack by Sidakov. Burroughs says thank you very much, gets the 2, but this is where the match was won for Sidakov. With less than 3 seconds to go, and with just 1 second on the clock, one was given. You saw the head of Burroughs hit first. Burroughs, with only a second to work, ran out of time, and Russia, for the second straight year, picks up a huge win at 74 kilos.